Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron and this is the Genesis Models show, 4th of September 2015. This week we've been working on the F15 Eagle, which got a good 2 episodes up there this week, which I start to focus in on the spraying side. Just like I said I would, we're kind of going absolutely from the basics all the way through to absolutely anything to do with spraying. So this is a good episode for anyone who is basically new or coming back to the hobby, because spraying is a bit of a daunting thing when you first start. So it really is going to be a wealth of knowledge with this F15 Eagle. A couple of episodes that's going to be going on. I don't know how many episodes it's going to go through, but I'd really want to tackle most of the spraying. In these episodes you'll see basically starting off with primers, a bit of basic quick colour changes, and those kind of things, and hopefully the next couple of episodes we'll be doing like pre-shading, putting down a proper nice even coat and all sorts of stuff. So that's the F15 for this week. Also coming up now is we're going to be announcing the competition winner for August. Sorry it was a bit late and everything last month, but enough of you did get in there and start entering, and the competition is, it was for the new Vietnam scooter by Edard 1/48 scale limited edition. After doing the usual number generation program and running down the thread, I came to Glen Eagles. So congratulations to you, Glen Eagles. You are the winner of our Vietnam scooters here by Edard. I'll give you an email, get your shipping address and ship this out to you free of charge. So congratulations there. If you didn't win it, don't worry, next week we'll be announcing September's competition for you to all get entering for that next week. Right, next up in the show, we're going to be having an inbox review of something a little different. I know we do aircraft and armour here at Genesis Models, but we haven't really touched on warships or ships of 1 in 350 scale, and the inbox review we're going to do now is going to be of the Type 23 frigate. Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having an inbox review of the HMS Monmouth. Now this is a Type 23 frigate of the Royal Navy. It is in 1/350 scale, which is a nice scale for ships really. As you can see, this is made by Trumpeter. Pretty cool box art we've got going on here. Just open this up. Put that out the way. Jump into the instructions very quickly, because I mean these instructions are kind of pretty straightforward. It shows you all our parts, the whole section going together, as well as all our propellers and all these kind of things. Very simple. We then get all these tiny little bits and everything. We do get some Photoetch with this as well, which is rather cool and needed, but it is, the instructions are well put out, especially like the Photoetch parts. They do sort of show that rather well as well, which is quite cool. Nicely in steps, doing the different sections of the hull. We do get a nice helo with this as well, which is rather cool to have. And then you put all your different sections of the hull onto the lower part of the hull there. Very, very easy by the looks of it. Well, I wouldn't say very easy, but a bit of advertisement. We do get our painting and markings guide for where all our decals go, what colours we're going to be doing this and that. They do give you the colour call outs for the Mr. Hobby range, Vallejo, Model Master, Tamiya, Humbrol. You know, so it's not bad that I've gone to that research as well. So let's have a look at first bit of plastic. Well, the first bit is going to be the main bit, which is our main hull. Looking at this, the plastic does feel rather nice and smooth. Just looking down, I'm not really seeing any kind of nasty sink marks or anything like that. The mold looks good. We do have a seam line that does run right the way down the middle, but that looks no problem at all to easily sand out. The top part of our deck, you know, this is, you know, looking rather good as well. They have, you know, cut off this off the sprue for us, so you may have problems there if they've cut it not well, but this one's not doing too bad. You know, and the detail's good going on there, and the fit, if we just kind of, you know, you just give it a bit of a push down, a bit of pressure, and actually it ends up being rather a good fit all the way along there. So I am rather happy with that, and it's very, very nice. Moving along with just some parts here, just to quickly show you some of the detail that we've got going on here. This is typical of the whole detail pretty much all the way around the model. We've got good raised detail, not really recessed detail, but you know, this is ships, not aircraft. And as you can see, you know, we've got all sorts of doors going on here. Lovely detail. The ladders as well, I mean, the tiny detail there, that is very, very fine detail going on there. More sort of hull bits going on there as well. Let's just move you through. There's two sprues here which are identical, so I'll put one away. And as you can see, the packaging rather good in certain parts. Put that down there. Now on here we have all sorts of tiny little pieces. Let's just bring you in. We've got a little boat just here, you know, remember this is all ×2. Moving along, we've got I forgot what missiles they fired, but those are looking very crisp and detailed. The detail on here is, shall we say, it's crisp, it's well detailed. Not really any flash going on with this kit at all, which it shouldn't really, because it was new tooled in 2012, I do believe. So it's, you know, it's only 3 years old, so it should still be good. Moving along, we have some more detailed parts here. As you can see, these propellers are looking, you know, rather crisp and fine bits of detail. Moving around, we have all sorts of tiny little parts. Sorry, ships aren't my sort of specialty, so I probably don't know half the names to half of these parts and whatnot. We do have our radar system at the front just there. Bring them two halves together and that should look good. Moving along some more, we have some more hull detail, just to kind of give you a good idea of, you know, the kind of hull detail we've got going on here. As I say, it is all raised, but it is fine, very crisp and well detailed. I do like how the ladders are so fine. You put a nice wash on there just to bring out those ladders, and they'll be really fine and well detailed for that. Turning it over, ejector pin marks. Now there is ejector pin marks in places sort of all over on the backside, but whether that's going to be a problem when bringing it together, whether you're going to have to take care of some or not, well, you know, I don't think it's going to be that bad, put it that way. You do get a base for this. This is what this packet is. I won't get them all out the package just to speed things up. We've got another packet here with also some more little tiny bits of details. Again, I want to speed things up, so I won't show you absolutely every tiny little piece. Got some more bits of hull here. Maybe I'll show you this one just to give you a bit more look at what kind of surface detail we've got going all the way around the hull. Again, as you can see, it's pretty much typical throughout of this kind of detail that we've got going on. Just there, and then bringing you in now to our healer that we get with this. It is all in a clear sprue, so the whole reason for this is it's all the windows and everything. Basically you can mask up your windows, spray it, unmask the windows, and you'll have like a nice clear window in there, rather than say painting it black or something like that. So it really does you know, give you that cool little extra option. There is good detail on these, not really recessed detail though. I mean, this kit really doesn't sort of want to go recessed. Oh no, yes, I am feeling a bit of recess on these helos. That's good, that's good. Moving along, we do have our rotor blades here and whatnot. Oh, these things, you could just feel these are going to break so easy. Really is going to be something you want to take care of and be careful messing about with. Right, and then moving along, now this is what I think personally all ship kits need, and that is Photoetch. With ships, they're normally in a very small scale, like this one is 1/350, and what that does is it makes everything smaller, more tinier detail, and the best way to get more smaller, tinier detail is Photoetch, and it really is something that is needed for ships. And you get this with the kit, which is rather cool, which in here you've got all these fine sort of railings and ladders and all sorts of little bits and bobs going on with this, which is nice to sort of get this started. But I'd go out and look for some more aftermarket parts, to be honest myself, if doing a ship. I just feel like you've got to have that detail in there when doing ships of that scale. Then we have our decals. Pretty kind of simple. There's not really much in decal form really. When it comes to ships, we've got some Union Jacks on here and stuff, looking all quite cool. We've even got tiny little decals for our helo as well. Sort of hit and miss with Trumpeter and their decals. They might be good or not. Not quite sure until you actually, you know, try them out, to be honest, when it comes to decals. So that is everything that you get in the kit. All in all, I think this is actually a good looking kit. New tool, 2012. It looks like it fits well. I mean, when I try and, you know, bring this together, I mean, this does fit, you know, quite snug actually. Not really going to see an issue with that, and if the rest of the kit kind of fits like that, you know, we should have no fit issues. We do have lots of tiny bits of detail in plastic with the added bit of Photoetch. It really does sort of give you a nice all round package here for a good model of a Type 23 destroyer. Also, the cost of this is about £40, which is just a reasonable price really. You know, it ain't bad considering, you know, you do get quite a bit of plastic, quite a bit of detail, Photoetch, you know, you're all set really. So yeah, hopefully this has been a good video for you to decide whether you want to have a go at doing HMS Monmouth. There are another 2 or 3 kits out there of different names. I think there was the HMS Kent out there as well, pretty much the same. Well, they are the same kit, just kind of like different named ships, maybe slightly different bits on here and there, but I wouldn't know that until I actually saw the kit. But yeah, hopefully this has been good. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the inbox review there of the Type 23 frigate by Trumpeter. Looks like a cracking kit. Again, I would love to build it, but I just don't have the time to build everything. Bit of questions and answers now from you guys off the forum. Remember, if you've got any questions you want answering, there's a questions and answers section on the Genesis Models forum for you guys to, send me a question. I'll do my best to answer it in the show. And Mike is asking a question about what type of paints to start off with, because for those of you who are new or are coming back to the hobby, you're going to see all these different manufacturers of paints. I know when I first started, you had no choice. It was basically Humbrol's enamel paints, and that was basically it. But now we've got all these different manufacturers and acrylic paints and lacquer paints and all sorts of things going on here. Now I did notice in your post you did say that you've already got some Vallejo paints and you've been using them, and I would most likely suggest that actually Vallejo are actually a good basic, easy, more forgiving paints to actually get started in the hobby. Same with Tamiya, they're also quite forgiving, easy to use, don't really get many problems with them. So those are the two manufacturers I would suggest anyone coming back to the hobby or new to the hobby to probably start off using. But in saying that, we're all different, we've all got different ways we like to do things, and some paints, some people will just not be able to work with them at all, and then some people swear that they're the most easiest paints to use. So really, when it comes down to it, you can't really go wrong with any of the paints out there really today from any manufacturer, to be honest. They all have their ups and their downs. I mean, extra acrylic paints, I would say they're probably like the hardest to spray, but then they've got some really cool colours that match up rather well with, say, World War II German fighters and bombers, and also RAF Spitfires and stuff. They've got some good colours there, but they are a bit hard to spray. But that's me personally. But I do feel like the general sort of, from not just me but from everyone else, is that Vallejo and Tamiya, those are the easiest and most forgiving paints to kind of get started with in the hobby. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question there. So sadly we've come to the end of the show. Next week we're going to be whacking out the HMS Victory and doing all that planking and woodwork, getting that one up and going. We've also got September's competition announcement, so we're going to announce what's going to be competition next September, and then you can start entering in for that competition. And also there's a little bit of a beta project going on in the background here at Genesis Models, which you might be seeing an episode of it next week. It's just a little something, a bit of a freebie for everyone. Again, it is in sort of beta stage, so basically you might be seeing a bit of Kiddie's Corner next week. So hopefully you've enjoyed this show for this week. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you.